Jesse Palmer, and guys can't wait to get this one started. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up and get this bowl game underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Tennessee's offense takes the field for the first time today. We've got a battle that you two are going to love, and so is everybody else for that matter. High-octane offense, stonewall defense. As they say, something's got to give, Jesse.
Yeah, this is a classic example here of the unstoppable force versus the immovable object, right? Something has got to give, and you really got to dive into the X's and O's in a game like this because every single individual matchup on the field matters when these two teams play each other.
Yeah, and these are just fun, right? Like great versus great. Like who's going to win and which style is going to prevail. Both these teams have been able to impose their will week after week on their opponents. Now, high-powered matchup. Who's going to get the win?
After a big gainer on that first play, now they can really go for it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Grabbed behind the line, it's Davis. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Send the tight end in motion. The play action fake. Looking down the middle. Got him downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27. Guys, let's take a minute here and look big picture for Tennessee. They've done a really good job in high school recruiting just last week, a commitment from a big-time 4-star defensive back. David, what does a commitment like that do for the program?
I mean, so exciting. Like, once you start creating momentum in recruiting, it's really fun to watch it. And getting a guy like that in the back end, in the secondary, that's so important to your defense, man, does it get you excited. And other guys now say, hey, I'm not going to go play with that cat.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
I'm amazed by this offense. This is how you set the tone for a game. Running, throwing on the opening drive, driving right down the field. You just run to set yourself up now in 1st and goal.
Looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Tennessee.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TV.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Florida State's offense will have its first possession of the game. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. We're just going to see what they do today.
One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Let's take a second here to talk about Florida State. Boy, did they have a big pickup in recruiting. Stud in the secondary, 5-star defensive back, gives them a verbal. What a huge boost for this program, Bill.
This is enormous. Getting a guy in the back end, a 5-star guy like that, dude, it's plug and play, and those guys pan out at such a high level. Just They have so much speed. The measurables there. This guy should be an impact player day one.
They're already down a touchdown early, and the last thing they need to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back to that offense. They'll go for it on 4th down. Wants to adjust the pattern. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Converts on 4th down, still going. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. And the Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's ball. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the 1st. Guys, let's look big picture at Florida State. I'm sure you guys saw what a get in recruiting. 4-star defensive linemen gave them a verbal commitment just last week.
Yeah, you can't get enough of these guys, man. And they're excited because you got to play so many defensive line. This is the guy that's going to come in, be in the rotation early and often.
And the Noles are flying down the field. Looking downfield on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Webster.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Seminoles can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They're going to run it. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
That is such a good run. I'll tell you, if you're going to put on a Seminole helmet, you better be dangerous with the ball in your hands at the running back position, right? You think back to the late, great Bobby Bowden. He was always able to recruit a difference maker at that position. He would have loved to have this guy in his offense because it feels like he can score a touchdown every single time he has the ball.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking to fire. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, no secret, this guy was a big part of their key to success. Already 2 catches on the opening drive, and they go back to him again. This time the defense is in better position, and they force the incompletion.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on 3rd down. That tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
Oh, and he missed it. No good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss, make rate, and listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Fighting off the defender. Got the 1st down and still on his feet. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Big Orange churning out those 1st downs on the ground, sort of like Arian Foster used to do.
Yeah, you couldn't write the script any better. Just pound the ball, establish the run game, opens up the play action, exactly how you want to run your offense.
We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. And we've reached the end of 1. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Just a short pass to the tight end. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple 1st downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play.
There he goes. Gets it inside the 10, out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one.
How many first downs is that, guys? On this drive alone, this defense has got to find a way to get off the field. They're playing way too many snaps.
Grab behind the line. It's Matthews. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
We're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. And they force a negative play.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wide out trying to get it in. Touchdown, Volunteer! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
The Seminoles can really attack on this 2nd and short. Here's the handoff. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking, more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Finds his tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
They'll try the outside to the left. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Well, the defense had the perfect play call on there. Offense trying to go toss into the boundary, but the defense dialed up the corner blitz. Perfect play for the perfect moment. They get the tackle for loss.
Might be calling a hot route. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And those are frustrating. Like, those drops really annoy you because those running backs are always asking to be more a part of the game plan. Get the ball more, touch it more. An awesome opportunity in the pass game to make a play, ball right in his hands, and that is a missed opportunity.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Finds his big tight end. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. So here is the Tennessee offense. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Pocket breaking down. With the catch, it's Matthews. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. The Volunteers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Gaines. Stop is made at the 35-yard line. A 5-yard gain there, and it's a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on 1st down. Going to try to get it himself.
This is a defense that's going to be aggressive, and they're not going to just sit back and rush 4 guys on that play. They are going to send the blitz. You're getting smaller, faster guys fighting fire with fire. You know this quarterback is athletic, but we've got fast guys too, and that time, that was a great play call defensively.
They'll go to the ground.
Well, the ball carrier there was just hoping his speed was going to get him to the outside and turn the corner, but nothing working. Defense forces him out of bounds for a loss.
man wants to pass. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try. He gets a hand on it, it's blocked.
And how about the push from the right side to be able to get a little bit of penetration, move those guys back, and then just flying in there, laying out, getting your hands on the football, tipping the football, getting the block.
They'll start this drive from the 42. The give to the single back. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Wants to throw on first down. Got a man. It's Webster. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Quarterback just trying to spit it out to his running back in the flat there, but the defender all over him. As soon as he caught that football, he went down for a loss.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. He wants to change this route. Back to pass on second down. It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season. Bringing it back. He's at the and with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown ball. With a lot of time left, there's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're in defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it at halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
They're looking to throw on second and short. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. And the Seminoles line up trying to move the sticks on third and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Grab near the marker. It's Davis. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Snagged out of the air. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half.
Well, it's a great job by the receiver fighting back across the DB there to get to the inside, locate the ball, and catch the slant.
The Noles with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to throw time running short in the half. Grab near the sticks. It's Webster. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. And the Seminoles headed quickly to the line. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, they're after him. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
Man, those are frustrating because you know you're supposed to catch that. You're supposed to secure it. It's going to happen, but it's just frustrating for those receivers. Just tap the chest. My bad, dog.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. He's got his man. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Trying to take it back. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. The Vols will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. The returner will field it and try to do some business. He gets a block. They bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. On first down. He makes the grab. And the Noles with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Leaves it with the running back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets into the 48.
That is how it's done on third down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the first down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. Give to the back. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. Quarterback making checks. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the big fella. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down the 14-yard line. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give out of the gun. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
Wants to go up top on first down. Working that left side now. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Grabbed in the middle. It's Gibson. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Seminole. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Their lead now down to 14. Might feel a little game pressure on this drive. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Trying to escape and get it himself. And it looks as if he'll pick up maybe a couple.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate. And you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Takes a handoff. It's Watson. Breaks the tackle. And they'll get him down, but boy, did he put some dudes in the spin cycle. My goodness. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Matthews. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Here comes the offense on second down. From the gun, the ground game. Across the 45. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Tennessee. And they add 6 more on the board for that trip to the house.
Well, this offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the third quarter, marching down the field and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
He'll bring it out. It's Gibson. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Got it in the middle. It's Davis. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. The Seminoles in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll run it from the gun. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Just under a minute to go here in the third quarter. They'll snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the middle. Got his man downfield. Found the seam on the left. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Noles. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Going right to work up top. Fires to the middle. Rolls it in. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Got it behind the line. It's Matthews. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Wants to go up top. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary. You saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Rides the back and leaves it. Past the first down marker and still running. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. And the Volunteers are moving quickly down the field. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Throws to the tight end. Already find a hole in that secondary. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. And the Vols will line it up on 1st and 10. The give on the option. Makes his man miss. Touchdown, Volunteers! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? Well, let's count them up. 1, 2, 3. 3 is the magic number for touchdown.
Yeah, it's as easy as ABC. Goodness gracious. He's been getting whatever he wants, whenever he wants, however he wants. I might want to change something up or maybe focus on that guy that's getting the football a lot and scoring.
Here he comes from his own end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The Seminoles come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Using the quick game. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
When you get man-to-man coverage and you're running that curl, I got to sell him deep. I got to get a little bit of space where I can make him think I'm running deep, and then I sit down real quick. QB, wide receiver on the same page, 1st down.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Rushes on him. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and pull it away. It'll be 3rd down.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Gonna look downfield again. He'll throw it. Got his man. He's gonna come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Hauls it in, the 1st down and more. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. And the Seminoles moving quickly to the line.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Looking to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's Gibson. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Wide receivers everywhere on 2nd and 6. Quickly complete. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a 1st down on the play. The Seminoles didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. The throw. Oh, he makes the catch. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Caught. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. On 4th down, looking for the completion. On target. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. Well, we are winding it down, guys. Only a few more plays left in this season. Also wrapping up a really outstanding performance for this offense.
Yeah, they're sending out the seniors on the right foot. Guys, we've seen a lot of great football. There have been so many tremendous moments and individual efforts, David. This is a year in college football I know I'll never forget.
Won't forget it. Loved working with you guys. Loved being in the booth. Loved covering these football games. I'll tell you what, a lot of excitement in college football surrounding the sport, man. Let's just keep loving on it.
Now on 2nd down. The handoff, keep working on that clock. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'll run the sneak for it.
And, David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get there.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
Wide open downfield. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. The Volunteers getting set on 1st and 10. Looking for space. It's Watson.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going. You're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing it.
Breaks into the open. Inside the touchdown ball. Great job by the back on the option.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over, to be clear. They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting. Keep showing your coaches it matters. And maybe find something positive here late that you can build on for the weeks to come.
Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Gibson.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games and we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
I'll tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game long. With that last completion, he's now over 300 yards passing.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Right on the money. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Pulls it in. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. The offense uses a timeout. 15 seconds left to play. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking for a chunk play on second and short. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to be on the same page.
Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. Turning it on! They're able to make the stop, but a little extra icing on this winning cake in this one. You know, there's no real reason